What's up YouTube, my hot campers, coming back at you again with another video, and today is going to be a quick tip for you. Basically, let me give you a rundown of the problem. Well, my slides wouldn't slide out. That was the first start of the problem, and I noticed that I had no 12 volt power going to any of my lights or the refrigerator. The pump wasn't working either off a 12 volt. Now when I plugged it into my house using 110, everything worked fine. So my initial thought was that it's possible that this inverter went bad. Well, what I discovered was my battery was dead, and that's why the slides were not moving out, because apparently the slides run off the battery. So I took the battery and got it tested, and sure enough it was bad. So I thought, okay, cool, I'm just going to replace the battery with a deep cycle battery and we should be good to go. Got home, put the battery in, slides worked fine, still no 12 volt to the lights, the refrigerator, the pump, basically nothing running off 12 volts. So I took a voltmeter, put it up to the battery, made sure that the battery was good. It was putting out over 12 volts. So I came in here inside the camper and I pulled out the inverter and everything, and I found the wires, that white wire there and the red wire there, that go to the battery. Well, I put my voltmeter up to those and I was getting nothing. No power whatsoever. So that led me to believe I had a cut line someplace, or something was wrong in between the wiring in here and the wiring in the battery. So that began my search on the outside of the camper to figure out what had happened. Like I said, I thought it might be a cut wire, something weird. So I just started at the battery and started tracing back. And let me show you what I found. Alright, so anyway guys, I started from the battery. As you can see, there are my cables coming out. They go down here into the wire loom and into the frame. So directly on the back side of the frame, the wires are coming in here, and what you can see is the white wire goes directly to ground. It's grounded to the frame. The red wire attaches to this, what I thought might be a distribution block, but as later discovered, that's not what this is. Anyway, there's my wire going to the battery, and this top wire, red wire, goes into the wire loom and all the way back to my converter. What I discovered after putting a voltmeter on here, I was able to get power here, here, and here. However, I was getting no power from here. So I thought I would take a picture of this, give Camping World a call, and find out if they knew what this was. And as always, Camping World was zero help, and ultimately what I figured out was that this is called a manual breaker. These two little plastic boxes here. And so when it said it was a manual breaker, I thought, well, maybe it could be reset. I couldn't really find anything that really said anything. And then finally I ran across an article that said there was a button on the outside that you could reset it. And ultimately, this right here, all I had to do was push that little button in there, and that reset the breaker and gave me the power back to the inside on 12 volt. So now all my lights are running, all of my fridge is running, pump, everything's running off of 12 volt that can run off of 12 volt. So that was a trick. Obviously this is at the front of the camper, so that if there was a short on the battery, you hook the battery wires up wrong, whatever, it would stop the electrical issue here. And as you can see, it's very close to the battery. And that's what you do when you fuse wiring anyway. So that makes sense. And it was really nice that all I had to do was push that little button there, and that reset the whole thing, and now everything's working. So before you go freaking out, thinking it's your converter or something, be sure to check the wiring on your rig to see if you've got some setup like this, because that was an easy fix and cost me nothing. So, and that was causing quite the headache of trying to figure out why everything wasn't working. So anyway guys, hope that was helpful for you. Just a little quick tip there. As always, be sure to check out links in the description, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Peace.